Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Masters of the Universe Masterverse Princess of Power Shadow Weaver. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Alright, here we have a closer look at Shadow Weaver in her package, and you can see just about everything that she comes with, if not everything. You see that she does come with a base because she is more of a floating character. She does come with a fireball effect, like a magical effect, 2 extra hands, and a wand. It says Princess of Power. I love seeing that Princess of Power logo there on the front. Shadow Weaver name on one side. Nice, beautiful painting of her on the right side of the package. Looks really nice. And then there's the big evil horde logo at the top and some nice artwork of her. And it says Shadow Weaver, evil mistress of dark magic, once an apprentice to Eternia's great wizard Norwin. Etherea's great wizard Norwin, the power-hungry Beatrix betrayed her homeworld to the evil horde and renamed herself Shadow Weaver. With the combination of horde science and her own dark magic, she conjures fear in the hearts of all Etheria and trust in Hordak. Little does she know, however, she secretly plots to overthrow him and seize power for herself. That's really cool. I didn't really know her backstory. I'm not the most familiar with this character. We do see the cross-sell on the back, Sorceress, who we've already looked at, Man-E-Faces, who we will look at, and Pighead, who I've already opened up and just stuck on my shelf because it's Pighead. I just didn't feel like reviewing him. So let's get her opened up and take a closer look at everything she comes with. All right, here we have Shadow Weaver opened up and out of the package, and you can see everything that she comes with. In the package, she comes with a gripping hand and an open gesturing hand, but she also comes with both a left gripping hand and a right gesturing hand, so that you can mix and match as well. She does come with this little nice rubbery flame effect that she can either hold in her hand, or you can put it on her fist, or you can put it on her wand. Speaking of the wand, here we have this wand here. There's a nice bright green translucent plastic, and then the shaft is just painted silver with a little bit of sculpted detail there. And then you also get this really cool display base. Now, you see that she does stand up on her own, but she is supposed to be floating, so you get this articulated base. It's in like this smoky gray color, and that's really cool. She does stand up, but she also sort of just leans to one side, as you can see. So let's get this stuff out of the way real quick and take a closer look at Shadow Weaver herself and the way she's constructed, because she's a little different than any other Masterverse figure that we've gotten so far. So the first thing that you're going to want to do out of the package is sort of put her cloak on her wrist. So what you want to do is, it is stitched right here, so you just want to slide that on like that. Do the same thing over here, and there you have it. It looks like she's got sleeves now, which is really cool. I think this is a really pretty ingenious way of doing her cape, but also giving her sleeves. I hate molded sleeves on figures because they almost always heed the hand articulation. So I absolutely can't stand molded sleeves. So this is a fantastic alternative to that. You can see that her head is on a separate piece. This little piece of cloth hood piece is on a separate piece, and you can see how the cape actually attaches to the neck. So you just want to put that on and then pop the head on like that. The head, as you saw, is on a ball joint and gets some nice range of motion. She can look up that far, look down that far. Can hit that T-pose, no problem. If you don't have the sleeves on, well, actually you can spin the arm all the way around. She actually gets higher than a T-pose, kind of like a Y pose. You do have the upper bicep swivel. You have double jointed pinless elbows, which is nice. Hinge and swivel at the wrist. You do have this upper chest articulation that's on a pivot. It's on a ball joint, so you can get nice range of motion there. She does have the Horde symbol right here, and some nice piping right here at the top that sort of mimics that Horde symbol just a little bit. And let me get in here close. Those eyes are gold, which is, I think, is a really nice touch. I think that looks really, really nice. And then you do have these splits down the side, and I guess that's for you know, articulation. I really don't see why it's necessary. You can see that her lower torso is in 3 parts, 1, 2, and 3, and those are all on a ball joint, so she can sort of bend forward that far, bend back pretty far like that. And she does stand up on her own, like I said, but she does. Guys, can you hear that thunder? Man, it is storming outside my house today. But what we're going to do is we're going to put her on this base and have her sort of in her floating pose. The hands are really easy to swap out as well. You can give her staff or scepter, whatever you want to call it. Put it in this hand. And like I said, you can either have the flame effect go on the ball. You can have the flame effect being held in her hand, although it is kind of difficult, but you can pose it just properly to get that in there. And then if you want to, you can have her with the flame effect on any one of the smaller hands, not the open hand, but you can have her, you know, casting a flame effect right there. So just for the sake of the rest of this review, I am going to take her off this base because I do want to bring in a couple of other figures to show her like size comparison. So here we have her standing next to She-Ra, and even though She-Ra is on a base and Shadow Weaver is not, you can see that she is much smaller than She-Ra. And then bringing in the big baddie himself, Hordak, you can see that she's much smaller than Hordak as well. So if we did put her up on her little flight stand floating base, sorry about bumping the camera, then she does sort of raise up in size a little bit, and there you have it. That's how she poses up next to these guys. So let's get her under some lighting and into some poses and into some backgrounds and see how she poses up. Now, I'm not the biggest, like the most knowledgeable about Shadow Weaver. I never watched She-Ra long enough to know about her character or know who she is. I'm assuming that she's sort of like the sorceress to Hordak, the way she's sort of like Evil Lyn to Skeletor, as Evil Lyn is to Skeletor, she is to Hordak. That's kind of what I'm envisioning here. But she is a really nice figure. She looks beautiful. She poses well on the shelf and looks great, and I'm glad to have her in the collection. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Thanks for all the new likes and subscribes and all the comments you guys are starting to leave me. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. That means we're really getting out in front of more people. Please check us out over at Instagram.com/Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And this has been the Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I'm your host, Mark, and remember, I will see you in the toy aisles.